Grab a beer and pull up a chair. Welcome to the Northwoods Beer Guy podcast. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Northwoods Beer Guy podcast. This is Mike, the Northwoods Beer Guy. And once again, I am joined by the best co-host I could find. Or, what? The best co-host ever, Jim. Research guy, too, except his questions are always tough, and I don't do well. And you love it. Right, Jim?
Oh, hi, Mike. How are you doing, buddy?
Doing good. How are you
Wow.
doing,
Yes. So I'm trying to keep you on your toes.
You are.
Because if it wouldn't be for me, poking you a little bit, who else would do it?
That is true. Just that I fail miserably.
Well, and remember, you even said some of the questions were easy.
Yeah, I did. And I failed miserably.
So, but hopefully, too, the audience is getting a little bit out of it, too.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not just all for fun and games for Mike, but hopefully everybody else is learning a little bit, too.
It's like we always say, we not only entertain, but we educate.
Yes, we try.
Yes.
We're not always the best at it, but we enjoy the beers much better. But I think
There you go.
if I could just interject my opinion, the past couple of episodes, we have really, really struggled to come up with some good beers.
Well,
This reminds you of Shiner Bock.
The non-alcohol one was rough.
Yeah.
Angry Minnow was rough. I mean, the barrel-aged one was good.
Yes.
It was kind of rough. And again, I think it was, they brew for the masses.
Right.
Hopefully, this week will be different.
Yes. I mean,
I believe.
gosh, we can't, I don't know if we can go lower.
Yeah. First things first. Well, hey, happy December.
Yes.
We're into December, our first podcast of December.
The days are getting
The
shorter.
days are getting shorter. Christmas is getting closer. You're going to buy me something good, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, what did you want?
Something good.
Oh, how about a beer?
And don't go cheap on me.
I'll give you a good beer. How's that?
Okay. I know you can do that.
Yes.
So
the last couple episodes we did a non-alcoholic, which was so-so,
yeah.
and then we did Angry Minnow.
Angry Minnow, which again, go to their brewery. I think
Yep.
Untappd is better. These are in cans.
So what is the style we're shooting for this week?
Well, we've upped the ante.
Oh, really?
Bit. Oh yeah.
Are you? You're not just pulling my leg?
No. We're starting. I believe we have 6 beers here.
6 beers.
And well, actually, we got 7, but 6. We're going to talk about the first 6.
Okay. All right.
And these ones range from 8% ABV to 11.7.
Really? You piqued my interest already.
And I believe that the last 4 are 11 to 11.7.
Wow.
So
that is good.
yeah. No, we
So
do
could that be in our wheelhouse?
barely.
Oh, there you go.
Barely. But yes, I think they may pique your taste profile, hopefully a little better.
So our palate might be expanded compared to the.
We might know what we're talking about.
Oh, so we're going to give it a big whirl, though,
We're
right?
going to give her a whirl, yes. So this week we are focusing on Untitled Arts.
Okay,
Now
we've had a few beers, right?
Yes. Now, Jim, correct me if I'm wrong. Are they part of Octopi, or are they?
So I believe that because they are out of the city of Waunakee, Wisconsin, which is done by Madison.
Yep.
And Untitled Arts does not have a brewery, but they use the Octopi Brewing
Okay, so maybe
to bottle it for them.
So there is Octopi like contract. They're doing the brewing as well.
Yes,
and canning or bottling or whatever. Okay.
from my understanding, yes.
Okay. Yep.
So that's a good thing because I think we've had the Untitled Arts has a lot of good flavor.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I mean, they are not afraid
No.
to put flavor in their beer.
I'm pretty sure every one of these is going to have flavor,
Oh yeah,
and a lot of it.
which is good.
Now, they also do, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they do like a line of sours as well. But these are not sours.
And they even have some NA ones.
Oh, do they?
But we're not going to try those.
No, yeah, we burned ourselves out on the
Yeah,
ones.
we did try some, and we did not have good luck. So but I think this is going to be a good one for us.
Yep.
Because it's getting the season's changing. It's getting a little cooler outside,
And we're getting into
the time of year when
Jim and I. Well, we can drink them any time of year, but
right, because all of these, I believe, I'm just doing a quick glance at my notes here, are a pastry stout or a double pastry stout.
Yes.
So they're all stouts,
And these are all have like a food, like a dessert
Yes.
theme. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Or however you want to say it. Something like that.
which is good. Well, maybe we should stop talking.
We'll crack.
Should we try one?
Open. Yeah. So
What do we got?
The first one we have is their ice cream waffle pastry stout.
Okay. Well, that's
And this is a lowly 8%.
nice.
And it says pastry stout made with milk sugar, midnight wheat, malt, and natural flavors is what the can says.
All right. And I could not find anything on the write-up other than 8%.
Okay.
So this one, I mean, just ice cream waffle.
Ice cream waffle.
So those are always good, but let's see if they were able to put it into a beer that looks dark.
It has potential.
It does look dark, which is a good thing.
So we'll start there.
All right. So, wow.
That smells.
So aroma.
That's got aroma.
Yeah.
That's got aroma, Jim.
Check.
Remember that we missed that the last 2 weeks?
Yeah.
This has aroma.
This has and it's a good aroma.
Wow. That's like a.
That does smell like a waffle.
That's, yeah.
Ooh, wow. That is good.
That's good.
Wow.
Dude, that's impressive.
Where has this beer been all my life?
Yeah. Well, for the last little while, it's been in my fridge, I guess. But wow.
That is really good.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you've listened to our last 2 weeks when we've complained about, there's not a lot of flavor. Yeah, this week I'm guessing that we're making up for that because this is
Wow, that is a really
aroma.
good.
It's got flavor. It's got
And
I wouldn't, Jim, not to cut you off, I apologize. I would never have guessed this was 8%.
No, I mean, because the sweetness is not over the top. It's not like
It's not like Avery.
Right? That is super sweet. This is like the right balance of sweetness.
Yeah.
And
sure.
flavor. I mean, the flavor. I mean, it.
Wow.
It tastes just like a waffle cone.
Yeah. I guess
Wow.
I don't know if I'm tasting the ice cream. I'm tasting for sure that waffle cone.
Yes.
For sure.
And it's a good flavor. It's not like over the top flavor, but it's like.
Yeah.
I mean, this has got all the good qualities that you're looking for in a beer. I mean, this is one. Wow, this is really, really good.
Boy, that is smooth, good flavor, no burn or anything.
No, the finish is smooth.
I don't think these are barrel aged, but I don't believe, are they?
No, I did
don't
not
think
see.
so.
No,
but boy, I tell you what, the flavor is abundant.
Yes, very, very,
very good.
They spot on hit it too. I mean,
yeah.
It wasn't like it's close. I mean, this is like right on.
When you taste this, it's like eating that waffle cone.
Wow, so you want to go first?
I guess I can now. I was taking a drink. Boy, I'm thinking I'm going to 3.6 on that. I like that.
I had my score in my head. I was going to say a 3.5.
Or yeah, okay.
I'll stay with a 3.5, but I think that's really. I mean
boy, that's good.
The flavor's good. It's sweet, but it's not overly sweet. It's not like the one that would hurt your teeth.
Right.
So sweet like an Avery. But I mean, boy, the flavors are just spot on for a waffle cone.
The flavor in that one, I mean, it jumps out at you. I mean, like I said, that first taste was just like you're eating that waffle cone. Yeah. And wow.
Which is,
you get that vanilla kind of a flavor,
So, and here's, the question I always ponder is, so the brewmaster says, I want to have ice cream waffle cone. Makes it, and it tastes like it. And then you have other brewmasters.
I want ice cream waffle cone, and you taste it, it's like, that ain't even close. Perfect. Send her out.
Right. I mean, so how did this guy hit it out of the park? The flavor spot on. Kudos. I mean, that's a really good.
That is good.
But I don't know how. I mean, my taste buds must match the brewmasters for this one because they're aligning perfectly.
Well, and the thing like you said, the thing I really like is that it's not that way super sweet.
Right.
To where you feel like you can feel the cavities forming,
Yeah.
It's still got really good flavor. And yeah.
And at 8%, it does not taste like an 8%.
No. So boy, if they're all like that, this is going to be tough because we've already got high scores. So now I don't know what to do. So, did you have questions this week or no?
No, I did not.
Thank you.
No,
I mean, darn.
We just have some random things happening. So
okay. Well, do you want to talk about one, or should we try another one?
Well, it's up to you. We'll
do one more, then we'll get into some, because you sent me a couple of pictures and videos that we need to discuss.
Oh, okay.
Because I have some questions.
All right. So what do we got now?
The next one this is malted milk ball pastry stout.
Wow.
Let's see what this one says. This is a 8% as well.
Okay.
A milk stout brewed with cacao nibs and milk sugar. So that's all it says on the can.
All right.
So let's.
And again,
crack this open.
I looked, I could not find
They
anything.
didn't have many descriptions.
No,
I guess,
other than
so.
8% ABV. But I mean, hopefully, the first one was
First one was
nearly a
very good.
home run.
If these are all like that, we're doing good to start December.
And again, this is a pastry stout, so it's darker.
Yep.
The head is,
It's
brown.
kind of that tannish.
Yep.
It's a little different aroma.
Because, again, I don't even know what a milk ball smells
Yeah, I
like.
don't know. Yeah, because I haven't smelled a Whoppers ball.
Right.
Or
Because they usually have wrapped in chocolate, so
Yeah.
you can't really.
I guess I would say it probably tastes kind of like a malted milk ball, but it's not as sweet as that first one.
Right.
You know what I mean? That first one was definitely a sweeter flavor.
This almost tastes like powdered milk.
Yeah.
Powdery-ish.
It reminds me of when you would eat a Whopper, kind of that
Right.
middle of it.
Right.
Not the chocolate per se, but that middle part.
It's not bad, but it's
No.
just it is a little different.
A little different. But it's definitely.
I think they're very close on the title is a malted milk ball, and I think it's very
they're
close.
close for flavor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not a brewmaster. I wish I knew one, but to get that close in taste can't be easy to do as it is.
Yeah, I would love to picture like the first one, they threw a whole bunch of waffle cones in the in the kettle. This one, they threw just a whole bunch of Whoppers in there.
Right.
But maybe it's not. I don't know. But, I'd love to guess that that's what they do. But they're very
That's
close
probably how
to
we'd
the
make it
flavors.
if we had our own brewing show.
Yeah, I know we're doing it wrong. But, so far they've tasted very much like what they're saying they are.
Yeah, and this, again, is a pastry stout, 8%,
Yeah.
but does not taste like 8%.
No.
That it is a little different. That powder, I don't know if it is powdery. That little bit of it's not hard to describe, but it's just hard to, I guess, put your finger on because it's a different taste. Because not many people drink powdered milk or powdered stuff, so it's
Right.
But you can definitely tell it's a little bit different mouthfeel. Maybe that's the way to describe.
Yep. So what are you thinking for a score? What would you?
I like the ice cream waffle.
Yes.
So unfortunately, this is not going to be that high.
I agree with you 100%.
But I still think it's good. It's not overly sweet. I'm going to say a 3.3.
I was going to go with 3.2. Yep. I think, exactly what you said, that first one was almost a home run.
Yeah.
Honestly, to start with, I was like, oh my, this one is good, but it is a step down from that one.
It's not bad though.
No. And if you say, hey, you want this? Yeah, I'll drink it. Give me it. So yeah, I think it's very good. It's just between the two, I think that waffle cone or the ice cream waffle one nailed the flavor.
Yes.
This one, I do get that, like I said, like the inside part of a Whopper, but I think it needed just a little bit of something.
Right.
But they're both very good.
Let's hope that we don't keep the
Yeah, it's not like we hope it's just
Yeah.
like a stone skipping off the lake.
Right. Let's hope
Now
this is
bounces
just a little
back.
divot.
Well, looking at the names of them, hopefully we should have some more that are going to be pretty interesting.
Yes,
So,
the names are all very intriguing.
very interesting.
Yes.
All right, so Jim, we need to, now that we're sitting here,
All right.
we need to discuss these pictures and videos you sent me
Okay.
because I'm pretty sure. Now, your wife's not here to confirm nor deny.
Or defend herself.
No, I think I'm looking at you.
Oh,
I'm guessing. I'm pretty sure you probably screamed at some point.
So I've had to deal with these before. So
Your old hat. Well,
yeah.
that
It
is
doesn't
true.
pay to scream and then scare somebody and then scare the animal and then.
I forgot about the one in the toilet. I
Yeah.
forgot about that one. Yeah.
Or there was the one in the sink too, where it was. It was
Yeah, the
screeching-
sink. I'm sorry. Yeah,
it was
that one was
screeching.
screeching at you.
Yeah.
So as you can tell, Jim discovered a friendly bat.
Yep. Well, I found
At least one.
Right, I found a
maybe
couple.
two.
Yes, and they're very unique places, which you would never even suspect. Because in the shop at the farm, I've got pictures on the wall, and if you're looking at a picture from the side, what is the distance between the picture and the wall?
Not much at all. Depending on the frame, but most of them are
Right.
pretty much right up to the wall.
1/4 inch max, right? And that's probably at the top. So on the one, the most furthest one away, that was like a 1/4 inch. I pulled the picture off, and the bat is just they're sleeping.
Why did you hear something, or why did you take the picture off the wall?
So the first one, we were trying to fill some gaps that formed.
Oh, okay.
In the shed, and we were like, the picture was in a way. I was just going to move the picture, so I didn't drop it on the floor. And Julia was standing right next to me. She would hand her the picture, and I pull it off, and she's like, "Whoop!" Out she goes. I was like, "Holy cow! I haven't seen her move that quick in a long time." And then the bat was still sleeping. He wasn't
He
moving,
just hung there, and
he was probably no bigger than the size of your cell phone.
oh, sure,
But even if I tried to put my cell phone behind the picture, it wouldn't fit.
right.
But he was somehow able to get behind the picture.
That's
So then I, got my leather glove, took him outside, and some of the videos are of him, like, with his teeth, like, getting mad outside.
The one picture you sent me, I know you zoomed in on it, but, you're going, look at the teeth on that thing,
So, I mean, if nobody's ever seen a bat like that, that's good to take a look at.
We posted pictures on our social media, so.
But I didn't have a tape measure, but I bet you his wingspan was at least 14 to 16 inches from tip to tip on his wings.
Really?
Right.
Wow.
And then the second one, I was just sitting there taking a break, and then all of a sudden I could hear
So this the same day, or was it
a week later?
Okay.
Just sitting there, so there's no noise, but I could hear like something scratching. I'm like, well, what? That's odd. I'm like, so I thought it was a mouse. So I started walking around, like wherever I heard the sound, I got closer and closer.
So you would hear it, and then it would quit, and then you'd hear it again, or was it just a
constant scratching?
Oh boy.
Okay. So I'm like, because it definitely sounded like a mouse.
Right.
So I'm like, why? I'm like, gosh, is it right by this picture? So I slowly pulled the picture out, and I could see behind. I'm like, well, that doesn't look like a mouse.
If it's a mouse, he shouldn't be hanging up there.
So I took the picture off, and here's the bat. And this one wasn't laying still. He was crawling. He was crawling up the wall. I'm like, oh. So this one, I got my gloves, took him outside, and when I laid him down, he flipped over. And you know what I saw?
What?
There is a way that boys and girls, you can tell the difference.
You can tell the difference?
Yeah. So there was something.
So this was a boy or a
girl?
This
was a boy. There was something hanging down there. And I did not know that they were like that.
Well, there you go. Now you learned something valuable.
Yeah, and I was like, whoa. I'm like, no wonder why you wanted to roll over so quick. His junk was hanging out.
Check this out.
Yeah. He was like sunning. I'm like, whoa, dude.
Oh, geez.
Flip over. We don't want to see that. So, yeah, it was quite the experience getting two bats out of the shop.
It's funny when you talk, because remember I told the story about at my folks' house when we my brother and I killed the one with the tennis racket, and it sprayed all over the wall, and we had to clean that up. So this would have been, I can't remember how many years ago now, but Callie and your daughter were both in elementary school.
Okay.
And because she was still, Callie was still in Cataract.
Right.
At that elementary school. So that was kindergarten through third. So, so she's somewhere in there.
Right.
And it was that year when it was like 45 below zero.
Ooh,
for that. Remember that?
Yep.
It was super cold. And they canceled school, so I was taking her from our house to my mother-in-law's house.
Okay.
And so we got there, and I dropped her off, and I was standing in the shop talking, and I could hear that little, that high-pitched type thing. And I'm like, well, what in the world? And we're looking around, and I look over, and she's got this little, it's like kind of like a little crate thing.
Okay.
I can't remember what she had in there, and I'm like, I don't know. And I moved it, and the bat's head was sticking out because she has like an old log cabin type house, and it was sticking out. I'm like, oh, and then the thing starts crawling out. Or she sprayed it with wasp spray.
Oh,
and it apparently didn't like it.
She's like,
and it's like, and it starts crawling. And that, it had to have been like a 2-pounder. It was a giant, and it crawls out, and we ended up getting rid of it.
Okay.
But it was like, oh my gosh. So then the next day, same thing. It was super cold. Canceled school again. Dropped Callie off at my mother-in-law's, and I'm sitting there talking, and all of a sudden, because she burns wood.
Yep.
Or she, of course, now she's got a furnace.
Okay. Yep.
Furnace. She still does use some wood, but back then her house was totally wood heat. And I'm standing there, and all of a sudden, she's got a pile of wood next to the fire, the wood stove. And a squirrel is running out of the pile between my legs, turns around and runs back to the pile. I'm like, yeah, I got to go to work.
You're out of here.
And I left. Yeah, it was. But it was like, oh my gosh, what's tomorrow going to be?
Yeah.
So
hopefully no more cold days.
No doubt. But yeah, and again, it's like with bats. Yes, they eat a lot of bugs, but don't come inside the buildings or in the house or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're just,
All right. So what do we got? What's number 3 on the agenda?
So again, this is Untitled Arts.
Yep.
This is their, how do you pronounce this? Affogato Ice Cream.
Ooh.
Does it say what that is? It says, this is a pastry stout with chocolate, vanilla, coffee flavors, natural and artificial flavors. So we're going to have chocolate, vanilla, and coffee in this one.
All right.
And I'm trying to look on here. I don't know if that's supposed to be some kind of nuts. I don't know what this Affogato, Affogato. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know if that's some specific kind of ice cream or something, but.
So the only thing I found, 11%.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I forgot. 11%, the important stuff. Yes.
It just says pastry stout brewed and blended with the bittersweet flavors of roasted coffee, dark chocolate, balanced with the smooth creaminess of vanilla and milk sugar.
Milk sugar. Okay.
For a decadent dessert of beer crafted for savoring a meal.
Okay.
So the meal, they say, is supposed to be Passeggiata. Passeggiata.
What is that?
The traditional Italian after-indulgent stroll.
All right.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. We're just simple country folk. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, this is, and I don't even know what affogato is.
Ooh, that smells sweeter.
Yeah, there's some.
It reminds me of that first, as far as, I don't know if that's the ice cream or what.
Is that a little bit vanilla smell?
Oh, yeah. You get the vanilla. There's vanilla in there.
That's a good smell.
Ooh, that's not bad.
That's a good flavor.
That's pretty good. If we knew what that ice cream tasted like, that's pretty good. Again, it's definitely a little bit sweeter than what the malted milk ball was.
Yes,
but it's still, but it's not over the top.
No, affogato.
And 11%. There's no way I'd have guessed that.
No, that's really smooth
at all. Boy, wow, yeah, they do a good job. That would be Lena. Lena came down to visit.
Yep, she's down. I suppose it's getting to her time where she's probably hungry or has to go outside.
Well, we got 3 to go, Lena, and then 4 to go. Actually, we have a mystery one yet. So yeah, this is good. I do like this.
I mean, it is, but for 11%, it does not taste like 11%.
No.
Really
very mellow.
Nice, and the sweetness is just the right level of sweetness.
They have, exactly. They have that right level to where the alcohol flavor is not over the top.
Right.
But it matches, because like I said, that first one tastes just like a waffle cone. This one, like I said, I don't know what that ice cream tastes like. I'm guessing it's very close, because the second one tasted like pretty close to the inside of a malted milk ball.
Yes,
so
and this is a double pastry stout. So, so again, can you remind me what's the difference between a double pastry or an imperial pastry?
They're pretty much the same thing.
Okay.
So it's just that the ABV is typically higher.
Gotcha.
It's kind of like double IPA to... imperial, they're very similar.
Because, so this one's 11%, but then we have a couple more that are pastry, just single pastry stout that are 11%.
But they're not doubles?
No.
Huh. I don't know.
So,
well,
that's what's weird. But I mean, this is not bad.
So far, these 3, this would be good after dinner drinks.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Where you're kind of looking for something a little sweeter.
Yep.
Yeah, I think they're good.
So what are you thinking on a score?
Oh, jeepers. This one I'm going to go with 3.5. I like that waffle one first a little better because it tasted like you were chewing on a waffle cone. This one, it probably tastes like the ice cream. I don't know, but I don't know what that is. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, but I would say, 3.5 all day long. I think it's very good.
Right. And I think that's where I'm coming from. There's a lot of references to Italy and Italian food, but it doesn't really explain. So I can't tell you, does this taste like affogato ice cream?
Right.
Yeah. Because I don't
know what that is.
Right.
So it's like,
So, I mean, it's a nice word.
Yep.
It sounds good, but I can't tell the listener, this is spot on, like affogato.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that first one, we know what a waffle cone tastes like.
The waffle ice cream cone, for sure. That hit spot on.
Yep.
This,
and
it could be, but I'm not gonna dock it just because I don't know what that.
Right.
That the word is irrelevant. The flavor is what I'm worried about, and the flavor is good, but I'm just struggling to try to differentiate between the first ones. Like you said, I think I like the ice cream waffle cone the best so far. This one is a little bit lower. I'm gonna go with 3.2. Again, I think I'm just splitting hairs. I'm not really. That's not a bad. I mean, again, these are all way above average. All the first 3 so far have been really, really good. So nothing derogatory about them. I'm just splitting hairs with them. I guess that's the hard part.
Yep, I understand. I agree with you because they are very close. But like I said, I went a little bit more to the waffle one just because that's what it tasted like.
Yes.
So,
yeah. And again, it does not taste like 11%.
No, not
really
at all.
Smooth.
So I'm really looking forward to the next ones because we got, I think, do we have one more 11 or are these ones all 11.7?
One more 11.
One more 11 and the last 2 are 11.7.
Yeah.
So it should be interesting to see, but they're very,
very good.
Very good.
Yeah. Cannot complain about any of these at all. I mean, the flavor, if you're looking for flavor, there's flavor. You're not.
Yeah, how we complained about no flavor last few weeks. Yeah, that's not the case here.
Yeah, if you don't like flavor, don't try it.
Right.
If you want to be tested on what is there, your palate, this is the style of beer you want to try.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because I'll guarantee if we had a new person try these, even and just any of them so far,
Yep.
I'll guarantee they're not going to taste it and go, oh my gosh, that's super high alcohol.
Right.
Because there's no way, because that flavor, and it, like I said, there is a sweetness to it, but it's not over the top. And I think people they'd never think that it was that high.
You probably think, is this an actual piece of ice cream? Is this ice cream that you're...
Yeah, exactly. All right.
What do we got coming up?
Well, the next one that we have is a Candied Pecan.
Oh, candied.
Candied.
All right.
And I actually just had some of these last weekend.
Really?
A Candied Pecan, not this beer.
Oh.
So I know what they taste like.
Well, that's good. All right.
But this is 11%.
Yep.
Pastry stout with cane sugar, Belgian candy syrup, honey, pecans, cacao nibs, and natural flavors.
All right. So, one thing different I found, whether you're team Pucan or team Pecan, we think you'll go nuts for this north of the Mason-Dixon brewed, not baked, pie-eyed potion. We loaded this one with toasty, roasty pecans, rich
Cacao nibs.
there you go, and a mix of honey and Belgian candy syrup, producing pie-filling perfection. Sit back and savor a silky smooth stout that's as suitable for sipping in front of a southern sunset as in snowed-in Saturday night.
Wow.
Well, that's good write-up.
This one's a little bit darker, I think, than the first ones were.
You still can't see through it.
No, it definitely has a sweeter aroma.
Yep.
That's different.
And again, I think we talked about this in one of the previous episodes. Pecans are really hard to get a flavor through.
Yeah. This one
is a little sweeter.
It's sweeter, but it's almost like it's missing something. You know what I mean? It's got kind of I don't know how to describe it. Something isn't quite
right.
Quite right.
It's almost like it's dry. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if the pecan dries out the flavor.
I don't know. There is like the initial taste is sweet, but then there's all of a sudden like kind of a something, you know what I mean? There's something weird, a little weird to that. I don't know if it's the pecan or what.
But I think, isn't there like a honey flavor? Like the honey?
Yes.
The honey
I do get
through?
the honey.
Yep.
The honey comes through really strong, I think, doesn't it? That's almost.
Yes.
And everybody knows I'm not a
You're not
big honey beer guy. So you're right, Jim. I think that honey comes through pretty strong.
I mean, it's not offensive.
Bad.
It's not offensive, but it's...
Would I turn the can down? No, I wouldn't.
But you can tell it's there.
You can tell it's there.
Which, for us, that's a good thing because we know that they said the flavor's going to be there. And boom,
it's there.
It's there.
Because as soon as when you asked about the honey, that is exactly what I'm getting is that honey.
And again, I don't know.
And I don't know why honey bothers me. I mean, because I like honey,
right?
But in a beer, it gives it a weird thing for me for some reason. So,
and again, I don't even know what a candied pecan is.
Oh, dude, come on!
Have you had those?
Yeah, I just had them last weekend.
Actually, you just said a pecan.
No, because we stopped at the store and they had buy two get one free kind of thing or something. I had candy I got cashews, almonds, and pecans.
And are all beers?
No, they're nuts. They're candied nuts.
No, you're nuts.
Yeah. And honestly, the pecans probably had the best flavor of them.
Really?
But it's like I said, there's just some kind of weirdness to this on my palate for some reason. And it could be the honey. I don't know, but there's a weird, I'd still drink it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's bad.
We're just splitting hairs.
But compared to the first ones, there's just a little bit of a different flavor to it.
Yes, totally with you there. That's why I think should I do my score first?
Yeah, go ahead. Yep.
I think I'm going to go with 3-1. I think it's not bad. It's not offensive. But of these four, this one has a little bit unique flavor. And I don't know that much how the pecan flavor, how does that impact the beer?
Right.
That's the only thing. Because, we have had a couple of beers that have been pecans that have been really... Central Waters had a good one.
Yes. Yep. The pecan cream. Yeah. Yes.
That was really good.
Yep.
This is not up to that level yet, but it is still very good.
It's still very good.
Yes.
Yep. And like I said, it's probably the honey.
Okay. Yep.
I'm guessing because I don't know. It's just there's a little something. I was going to go a 3.0, but it's 11%. It does not taste. I'm going to go a 3.1 as well.
Okay.
I'll give it a bonus 10th there just because
it is higher.
It's higher ABV and it does not taste like that at all.
Right.
And the vast majority of people could taste that and I bet you they would really like it.
Right. Could you drink a 6-pack?
No, I couldn't drink a 6-pack in one sitting. No. you could try, but you might get messed up. So yeah, I don't know. It's still good, but it's got to be the honey for me, because I don't know what it is about that in a beer that it tastes off to me.
There's something.
And I know you like honey beers.
Yeah, I mean, but
to a
this
point,
one's mixed with something.
Yeah, there's something there,
Yeah, I mean,
there's still, any of those four are still good.
Yeah, you could pick any one of those. But again, my favorite is still the ice cream waffle.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree with you on that. I don't know if you can hear that. Lena is apparently not happy with us. So
yes, it is getting close to her time.
It's getting close for her to eat dinner, apparently. Yeah. So we have...
Well, do we have any other stories?
What else do we got? So went outside today, and of course, they combined our field quite a while ago, and went out, had to take some garbage out to the garage, put in the garbage can, and all of a sudden I could hear an eagle.
Oh, that's nice.
Doing it, calling and that. And I was like, well, here, if you looked towards my mother-in-law's house, kind of towards where the snowmobile trail goes in and the woods kind of curve up, there's a big old eagle sitting up in the tree there. Oh. So that was cool. I didn't see where he went to because I went back in the house, but yeah, he was sitting there for quite a while.
Oh, so because I got a couple of videos of those too.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got two out at the farm now. Mm-hmm. I mean,
like a pair of them, or are they separate? Do you think, or it's hard to say.
Well, when you look at the video I sent, it's kind of hard to tell, but it looks like they might actually be starting to try to build a nest. Oh, okay. But they're sitting right over the water, like the stream. And every time I walk by there or drive by there, you can see the fish in there. So I'm sure they're able to see something.
Oh, I'm sure they're going, hey, perfect.
Right, because I mean, when I drove over the bridge, I mean, there was some 10-inch fish.
Oh, dang.
That were just swimming around. You could see them in the bottom of the creek there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's a couple out there too. Hopefully I can get you these videos so you can at least post them out there to see if anybody else has seen the same thing.
Well, and then, at our new old house, they finally we had got it's a few weeks ago now, but we finally got down by the creek mowed.
Ah, nice.
And it's looks really nice.
Does it?
Oh, yeah. Because before, remember, the weeds were taller than we were, right. Or we are.
So you were like in the jungle grass.
Yeah, so it was hard to picture any kind of whatever down there. And, oh, yeah. Yeah, it's nice. So you're going to have to come over so you can check it out.
Check it out.
But, I think that'll be good. So it'll be interesting to see in the spring if it floods.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I didn't go down there. Like, of course, this last spring, we didn't, the snow was not that deep, so we didn't really have
wasn't a lot
flooding.
Of runoff.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes, but yeah, so stuff's coming together, I guess. So.
Nice. Well, what do we got for number?
Well, now we're getting into the 11.7s, and this is their Hazelnut Butter Cup.
Ooh.
So this says 11.7% pastry stout with brown sugar.
Yep.
Coconut flavor, cacao nibs.
Oh, cacao.
Hazelnut, natural and artificial flavors, and caramel color.
Ooh, so it might be a little browner.
Might be a little bit, yeah.
Not as black.
So we've got hazelnut, we got, what else was there? Brown sugar, coconut, and cacao.
So the only other thing I had on here it says that we teamed up with our Palmetto pals at the 8th Street Brewing. I've never heard of that. On another succulent stout to satisfy your sweet tooth.
Okay.
Roasted hazelnuts, cacao nibs, coconut flakes, and a touch of brown sugar coalesce into a confectionery delight to tantalize your taste buds. Say that 3 times really fast. Build yourself up for this liquid buttercup while it lasts. We don't think it'll let you down. Because I know the girls like the buttercup, like there's like a Mexican belching beaver.
Oh yeah.
They like.
Oh yeah, they like that.
Ooh, I can smell the peanut butter.
Ooh. Well, there's no peanut butter in here though.
Well, how can I see liquid buttercup?
Buttercup, not peanut butter.
There.
So I don't know what is a buttercup. Is it a cookie or just a cup full of butter in it? I don't know. Boy, you can smell. That smells pretty good.
Ooh, I can taste coconut.
Ooh.
There's coconut in there.
There's coconut in there.
Wow. That is the flavor that really sticks out to me right off the bat.
For sure. And I don't know if the buttercup, because there's a little bit of a kind of a weird thing. I don't. That could be the buttercup.
Is that the butter?
It could be the buttercup.
Melted butter in a cup?
Yeah. When they melted the butter and threw it in a cup. But yeah, for sure, I taste the coconut for sure.
I mean, but it's one of those unique ones, again, where you can taste the coconut, but it does not seem like it's over the top.
Right.
It's there.
Yeah, that is... oh,
wow. I mean, that's
pretty good flavor still, though. I mean, that's like, wow. In 11.7.
Right.
I don't taste alcohol at all.
But I mean, And again, we've tried a lot of different beers that had coconut in, and you can't taste it.
I was going to say,
This one, you can taste coconut.
coconut is one of those. It kind of reminds me. Oh, what is the other flavor? Because with coconut, either you don't taste it at all, or it's way over the top.
Right.
And this is neither.
Right.
You know what I mean? I definitely get the coconut, but it's not like that's all you taste.
Right. Well, and
You know.
what's weird, again, the title of it is Hazelnut
Yeah.
Butter Cup.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about coconut.
Right. I don't,
You know.
in the title, there's no coconut.
No, and I don't
know what hazelnut.
I don't know if I taste any of the hazelnut.
I don't know.
You know.
It's not bad, but it's
trying to
definitely got
see.
a coconut hit. I mean, the coconut is the flavor that stands out the most to me.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, I don't think I'm not picking up hazelnut at all.
You know what hazel?
Yeah, we've had some other beers. There was one that
Where it stood out?
yes, it was two of them. One my brother brewed was very good, but it took a long time for it to come
Really?
around. But then there was
But he didn't add any other flavors. It was just hazelnut. only.
Correct.
Not like
Correct.
this one where there's multiple flavors.
no, and the other one was the name of the beer was Hazel's Nut House was the name, of it. And I think it was by Wisconsin Brewing
Oh,
actually, but it was very good.
okay.
But those are kind of the two that I can say that yes, I tasted hazelnut in it.
Right.
But you know, when I had interviewed my brother on the podcast, he had said, yeah, when you're brewing with nuts, it's very difficult
Oh,
because first you have to toast them, but you can't over toast them,
right.
Because you got to get the oil out, but you can't do too much. So it's really a tough kind of thing to get it right.
Right.
I
I mean, we do our part. We're the drinker part.
yes, yeah, we can tell you if
Yeah.
you did it right or not.
We have our opinion, which is normally right.
Exactly.
Just ask us.
Yeah, we'll tell you. So.
Well, all right. So, what are you thinking then on your hazel butter cup?
I'm gonna go like a 3-3.
Okay.
I do like it. It's not over the top sweet. I definitely get the coconut. That's like you said. That's the predominant flavor to me. And I don't know if it's the hazelnut or if it's the whatever the buttercup. I don't know if that's
Like, what is a butter cup?
yeah. Is it a cookie? Is it a flour? I don't know. But there's something else there. Would I drink the can? Oh, heaven forbid. Yeah, I would take the can.
Yep.
But it's still, there's just a little something there that's a little bit different to me.
Right.
And
that's what I think. I'm gonna go with 3.0. I'm still have it in the upper echelon. It's up there, but I can't. If we're supposed to, if the title of your beer is Hazelnut Butter Cup, and the most influential taste is a coconut,
right. Yeah. Good point.
I'm struggling with how come it doesn't say hazel coconut.
Or coconut
Butter
buttercup or something. Wow.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. I agree with you.
So is the coconut bad? No, it's not bad. But it's not, if I wouldn't have read the extra part to you, I mean, we wouldn't have known that. And again, we always talk about if it's on the can.
It should be in the can.
Right. So on the can says hazelnut butter cup. It doesn't say anything about coconut. So I think we're splitting hairs. It still tastes good. Just trying to wrap my head around it. That's only
Yep.
my only
I agree
concern.
100% with. So what? Oh, you went at 3.0. Yep. I agree with you 100%. If it was, like you said, coconut buttercup, no problem.
Right.
So yeah.
So we've done 5 now.
We've done 5. So we got one of these left.
Yep.
And a mystery beer.
And a mystery beer.
So do you have any other stories or do
Well,
we just...
so the only other thing we got is because some of the listeners probably have not heard of Untitled Arts. And not that, and again, I'm not an expert. You're probably more of an expert than me. But I think a lot of the craft brews are struggling trying to get their beer into the market. I mean, is that a good assessment?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
I mean, because you got to know the right avenue. There's a lot of
Wisconsin's
nuances.
got this weird thing.
Right. So what I found, and again, I'm not a lawyer, so I have to preface it by saying that I don't know the background to a lot of it. But apparently, Wisconsin has some weird and what they're called franchise laws, and it revolves around the separation of how beer is made. So there's 3 different parts. There's the producer, distributor, and then the retailer.
Okay.
So... And then those 3 can't be connected in any way. So an example, I think you had an example. What was an example that you...
The example I remember was a few years ago, because this came up.
Okay.
And the gentleman that owns the brewing project,
Okay.
he testified in front of the Wisconsin state legislature about it. And it was a weird thing because him and his wife owned the brewery.
Yep.
And they were, I think they being the Wisconsin government,
Yep.
was not going to give them a license or something to that effect because his wife had a part-time job at a bar. So then all of a sudden that crossed
Those boundaries.
the 3-tier system thing. You can't be connected.
Right.
And I wish I should have saved because he gave, his speech was online and I watched it. And when he got done telling you about their situation, it was just like, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe that it was so crazy, you know, and because they had considered selling the brewery to his father-in-law, everything.
Right.
And they wouldn't allow it because nope, you're still connected because his wife had a part-time job at a bar. So she ended up quitting her job, you know, so then that kind of took that out of it.
Right.
You know, but his whole point was like, I mean, this is crazy.
Right. It doesn't make any sense at all.
No. And I don't know how long, because this has been around, I think, for a long time. But it's like, I don't know. It's like, I'd love to know which of these 3 levels started it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's a weird situation.
Right. And it sounds like that of those 3, the distributor has the most power
Really?
of the 3, because it sounds like once a producer signs with a distributor, it's for life.
For life?
You can't back out in any way.
Oh my gosh.
But if you try, the distributor sets the price that you have to pay to
get out?
To get out, which it sounds like there's been a few cases that went to trial, to court, and the judge has sided with the distributor every time.
Really?
So rather than the craft brew, the guy is trying to make his own, and he's probably making the least of everybody, and he's doing the most work, gets the least amount of money, and has the least amount of say.
This is weird because I can't remember if it was when I saw his speech or if it was later, because Wisconsin was trying to pass and I thought, this is just me, I thought it was coming from like the Tavern League.
Oh.
Because they wanted to have where a brewery could not have a tap room.
Oh, so that would be the retailer and the distributor, or retailer and
producer.
Ah.
And that ended up, thank goodness, getting voted down.
Okay.
But they wanted to have where that the breweries couldn't have a tap room. And I was like, okay, now I'm just going off of our area.
Yep.
And as well as I do, Jim, when you go to a normal bar in our area, to them, they'll have maybe Guinness, maybe Amberbach, and probably Blue Moon. That's their craft beers. That's it.
Right.
That's all they carry. The rest of it's just your normal big beer brands.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, well, all of these craft breweries, if they can't have a tap room for people to try it, how are they going to sell it?
Right.
And that's why I always thought it was like the Tavern League
was trying
to limit that. But maybe it's the distributor. The distributors are trying to, I don't know. But
maybe if the listeners, if they know anything out there too, it could enlighten.
Let us know if you have any like more
insights,
information on this or insight on it. Because like I said, it was just weird to me because it's like, okay, that's fine. If you don't want the tap room or the breweries to have a tap room, then start selling their beer.
Right.
Because
at a reasonable price.
Yeah. I mean, in our area, really, we only have one place in town that caters to craft beer.
Right.
The rest of them, like I said, you can get Amberbach or Blue Moon.
Right.
Maybe a Guinness.
Yep.
And that's about it,
Or what's the one up at the Monkey's Roost?
Heineken. Yeah, the dark beer, Heineken. Yeah. I think we told that story once. Yeah. But anyway, it was just a weird thing.
Yeah. So that's, I mean, and again, hopefully people can enlighten us, but that's just what I found. I don't know. I mean, it sounds really skewed.
Somebody's making, or has way too much power or something in this whole system. Equation. I don't know,
and we're not good brewmasters. We're not good on these franchise laws. But it's just interesting, I guess, for the listener to listen, and maybe they know something else out there that they could help us.
Yeah, exactly. If you have information, we'd love to know more about this because, like I said, it seems odd to me, and I'm so glad that that where they're trying to stop breweries from having tap rooms. I'm so glad that got voted down.
Right.
Because otherwise you would never be able to taste it.
Right.
So
So what are we at? So we're on number 6.
All right, we're on the last one.
All right, and what do we got?
This is their caramel coconut cookie pastry stout.
So this is supposed to have coconut.
This should have coconut. This is 11.7% Imperial pastry stout with toasted coconut, brown sugar, cacao. Cubes, natural and artificial flavors.
Okay, so the last one didn't have coconut, but did.
Tasted like coconut, yes.
This one has coconut on the label.
So we'll see what we get.
So let's keep our fingers crossed because they did have a good flavor of coconut last time.
Yep.
Oh, this is dark.
It's definitely dark. They've all been pretty dark.
And this is a double pastry stout, 11.7%. So that's not bad.
Again, you got that sweet aroma.
Yep. I can smell
You can smell
a hint of coconut.
Hint of coconut, yes. I was just going to say that. Ooh, you can get the coconut.
Yeah.
I think you get the coconut, you get the brown sugar.
And this is a double pastry stout, 11.7.
Wow, that's pretty good.
It is. That one is sweeter, I think.
That's sweeter.
Isn't it a lot? Is it just me?
This might be one of the that's probably the sweetest one that we've had so far.
That's what I'm thinking too. I mean,
it's still not Avery sweet, but it's up there.
Right,
it's getting to where your teeth might start to hurt.
Right,
after a while.
They're getting ready to jump out of the seat. And they're like, we can feel it. We can feel it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is not bad. And it's 11.7, so it's up there.
Oh, yeah. Boy, that's, I get the toasted coconut for sure.
I mean, I wish that, the brewmaster was around. I mean, because it's hard to describe some of these because they are so distinct in their flavors. Nothing bad, but it's just like this one has so many things going on.
Right. And I'm sure the brown sugar is it's got to be where that sweetness is coming from.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
But yeah, I give them credit on all of these because they look the same, but there's quite a difference in flavor.
Yes.
Yes. They cover up the alcohol really well.
Right. And this is 11.7. Again, this is, so the last two
have been 11.7.
11.7, which to me, they don't taste.
No.
Like 11.7. Very, I mean, so kudos up and down the line here. All of them from start to finish have not tasted overly alcohol. I mean,
right.
You're not going to get a strong alcohol flavor, which is, to me, that's part of the nuance of brewing, making something with alcohol, but not letting it taste like alcohol. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not going to get on my soapbox, but I mean, that, I think to me, it turns off a lot of drinkers.
Right.
If it's got an alcohol burn or taste, this tastes like their flavors are trying to get across.
I think a new person that hasn't tried a lot of stouts, anybody could drink these.
Yes.
I mean, there's not that, even though they're higher ABV, they don't taste like it.
Right. And I mean, these are really a good representation of a stout.
Yes.
I mean, in their pastry stouts, I mean.
Yeah. So it's a little sweeter.
And I think that was one thing I probably should have looked a little bit more on, what is a pastry stout? But I think we can both agree that pastry stout in general is sweeter.
Yeah, I would
That's
agree
why
with you.
Pastry. I mean, granted, I don't know exactly the ins and outs, but pastry, if you're looking, I mean, something that's a little bit sweeter, these would be.
Yeah, they're very good.
Right. And I mean, and again, their barrel aging series is really good too. Mm-hmm. They just released a new one I think over the summer of like a barrel aged series.
Okay.
We didn't get any of those. I think you have to actually go to the brewery to get them.
Not get any of those?
I do know a friend that has them.
Oh, does he? All right. Well, we'll have to invite him over.
And they do have a very good line of those too.
Okay. Nice.
Really, really good. I'm almost trying to lead into what we might have.
Oh. Okay.
So what do you want to? So we got to give a score. Yep.
You go first on this one. What do you think on this?
All right. So this is the caramel coconut.
Yes. The caramel coconut cookie.
All right. So to me, the coconut in the butter cup tasted better than the coconut in this one. I think
the only difference, I guess, because this is toasted coconut, and you can taste that.
Right.
I agree 100% with you on that.
So, and I think before we even took a sip, I said, I hope that the coconut from the butter cup is in this one.
Yep.
I don't think it's quite there. The caramel, I think that's what I take. The sweetness is coming from the caramel. So that's okay. I'm struggling to come up with, it's an 11.7. So it's up there. It tastes good. I'm just struggling with a score that would be good for it. Because I think for me yet, the ice cream waffle still is the best. It hasn't been the sweetest, but that one's been the best. So I can't go above the ice cream waffle for me. So I think I'm just going to say a 3-4. I like it, and I think the flavors are there. I just wish I would have used the coconut from the one before. I guess I'll leave it at that.
My score is a 3.4.
Is it?
Because Exactly. I cannot put it over the waffle cone one.
Yep.
And the predominant flavor is that toasted coconut.
Yep.
And like you said, I think that brown sugar or caramel, whatever it is, that's the sweetness to it. But of all of these, when I tasted them, that waffle cone, the instant tasted like a waffle cone.
Yes.
And so I think that was by far the best one. And this one, like I said, is very good. And I do like the toasted coconut.
Yep.
But if it had just a little something, I don't know what it is. It's just missing something, to put it over the top. But yeah, I think a 3-4 is perfect for that.
So do you want to talk about these 6 and then we bring out our...
Yeah, we can if you want.
Special guest?
We can, yeah. All of these are very good. Again, like I'm sure you already figured it out.
Yep.
And Jim, I'm sure you're the same. The waffle cone was number 1 for me.
Yes.
And I'm impressed with all of them. Mm-hmm. I mean, for being 8 to 11.7, none of them tasted alcohol-y, so to speak.
And they're not bourbon aged.
No.
They're not bourbon. This is strictly...
Yep. It's purely just kind of, a higher ABV stout.
Yes. Yep.
And I still say, I think anybody could try these and they would never, there's no way you could give them a taste of the waffle cone.
Yep.
And then give them a taste of the cookie one that we just had at the end there. And they'd have never known that there was a difference in ABV.
Right. 100%.
At all. So I think Untitled Arts did a great job.
Yep. Kudos to those guys.
Yeah. And so did Octopi that brewed them for them.
The founder is Levi Funk.
Funk.
And the owner of Octopi is Isaac Shawaki.
Okay.
So they work together hand in hand and that stuff.
Nice.
So those guys are doing a great job.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Did you have anything more to say on these guys, or?
So I would just say kudos. I mean, because I know when I looked on the website, they're always having a different flavor coming out.
Yep.
They're always, kudos to these guys. They're not afraid to put flavor out. And so this line is the pastry stout. They do have a lot of other ones that have different fruit.
They have like a sour, I think it says sours.
Yeah. Right. So they're not afraid of flavor.
And they do an entire line of them.
Right.
So
kudos to them. They're doing great. Based on this, I mean, this is really, I highly recommend if somebody sees an Untitled Art if they can get one, try it. I mean, you're going to probably fall in love with it. I think this is a very good beer that, in my opinion, you can't go wrong.
No, I agree 100%. I'm glad we did these because they were very good.
Yes.
Very good.
Thank you for bringing them out, Mike.
Yes. Okay. So, Jim.
Yes, sir.
You have a mystery beer here, so we should uncover it. You've had it. It's a bottle, I can tell, because you've had this thing covered for this entire time.
Yes.
So why don't you take the cover off, and you can tell me what it is.
So we've had a brewery in Wisconsin that has done a lot of good work with some bourbon barrel aging.
Okay, so that cuts it down to a few I can think of.
So what are our top 2 or 3 breweries that do that?
In Wisconsin.
Yep.
Well, number 1 is Central Waters.
Okay.
Number 2, who am I missing? 608 they've come a long way. I don't know if they're the top yet, but they're up there.
And maybe this one, the one we're talking about, maybe not from Wisconsin, but Bourbon County.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, I was just thinking in Wisconsin.
I probably shouldn't put.
You got Distal in Illinois. You've got
New
Holland for Dragon's Milk. You got Surly in the cities.
So maybe not. So Wisconsin
anyway.
It's probably got Central Waters.
And
it's probody
this is the preeminent.
They're probably
I'd
top
say,
tier.
Yeah. Yep.
So I just don't know the 100%, but they keep coming out with an anniversary edition. I'm not sure why it says anniversary because the past 2 or 3 years they've had an anniversary. But I mean, so is it? But I thought they were trying to celebrate year 25 or year 26 or whatever.
Yep.
So now I've got a anniversary edition and it says number 26 on it.
Okay.
And this one they have an imperial stout that they use in all their
their base.
Their base imperial stout, which is good. And we had, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't we have a Central Waters that was a 4.8 or 4.9?
4.8. That was the Pappy Van Winkle barrel.
The Pappy Van Winkle.
That was the 25th anniversary.
So this is a year later.
Okay.
And this one is the imperial stout aged for 33 months in J. Henry & Sons bourbon barrel.
Oh.
And this one is 14.9%.
Wow.
And I personally, I'm not speaking for Mike, have not had a J. Henry bourbon.
No.
And
No.
I think they're from Madison.
J. Henry is?
Yes.
We need to look that up.
So it's a Wisconsin bourbon and a Wisconsin beer.
Interesting.
So this is, and how what size bottle do you think is?
Oh, this is like a bomber, 22 ounce.
This is a 22 ounce.
Yeah.
So we're gonna finish off our category here with hopefully a good beer.
Hopefully.
But we had a very good Untitled Art, and this one is gonna hopefully. And the reason why we wanted to bring this out is it's already getting close to winter, so we're going to be a lot more stouts coming out.
Oh, yeah.
And we wanted to kind of get everybody's whistles wet with something new that they can have.
Yeah.
They stay warm over the winter.
Yeah, because we've got several barrel-aged beers that
Yes.
in your basement, my basement, that we haven't even tasted yet.
Right.
So,
That we're going to need to try to let everybody know what they taste like.
oh, boy. It doesn't smell the aroma isn't as sweet as the Untitled Arts.
Right.
But I know that's because, they got more sugar in them than
Yes.
this does. So let's see what...
That one's pretty smooth.
That's pretty smooth. You said 14...
14.9.
Yeah, I never would have guessed it was 14.9.
There's no burn.
No burn at all. We need to look into that, the J. Henry. Is that what it is? To see what that is, because that'd be interesting to see what...
Even get a bottle of their bourbon.
Yeah, to see what that tastes like.
That's smooth.
I'd still like to get a bottle of Pappy, but you haven't anteed up yet for that.
Well, you said you had it in your basement.
No, that's not at all what I said. I said I said I'd keep it in my basement.
Oh,
for
I
ya.
thought you said you had a couple bottles already down there.
No.
Oh.
And it's funny because we have tasted it.
Yes.
When we were at Between the Bluffs last year.
Yep.
There was the place that we were at, you could get a shot of it for like $120. So like 6 of us get $20 in
To get
a shot.
just to put your lips on.
So we took a little sip each. And I mean, it is good. Don't get me wrong. But sometimes I think that secondary market price is like, oh my gosh,
Well, and I think that Three Sheeps did a good job with their aging it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Whatever their beer they made for the Crow.
That's probably one of the other ones from Wisconsin is probably getting good on there.
Oh, Three Sheeps. Yeah. Yeah. They've come a long way.
And Central Waters are probably the top 2.
They've come a long way.
Yeah.
I still think the gold standard in Wisconsin is Central Waters.
Yes.
For sure. So,
Well, this is not bad, though.
No. Like I said, the aroma is a little different, but I shouldn't say that because I'm sure I'm still getting some of the Untitled Arts in my glass. You know what I mean? And it kind of throwing me off a little bit, but the flavor, I can't believe is 14.
Right. 14.9.
Yeah, it doesn't taste like that at all.
We've let this bottle stay warm, too, so you can get this has got the maximum flavor, probably, and aroma, because we haven't kept it cold.
Right.
So we kept it room temperature just to keep as many flavors, because I wanted to make sure that we
got everything out of it.
Yes. I mean, because this is not one of those $5 cans.
No.
This is
no, not at all.
No, this is
even like an $8 can. No.
This is up there in price. You want to savor what you can.
Yes, exactly. It's very good.
So
very good. 14.9. There's no way I would have thought it was that at all. If you'd have said, what do you guess? I'd have said, I don't know, 7, 8.
Yeah, I mean, for burn, there's no burn.
There's no burn.
So what are you thinking on your score?
Man, I'm gonna go a 4.0, and the only reason is I think I was so sweeted out with these ones. This one tastes a little bit different, but man, it's smooth. It is really smooth. And I wish we need to look up and see if we can find this J. Henry bourbon to taste it, because this could be even better than what I gave it.
Right.
But I don't know what that tastes like.
Right.
So, but I think it's really good.
And I was going to be right in the same ballpark. I was actually going to go a 4.1.
Okay. Yep.
Step up. Nothing bad about any of it.
Nope.
And I'm glad we haven't done a stout in a while, or even because this was the Imperial Stout.
Yep.
So we stepped it up. We went from the pastry stout to the Imperial Stout.
Right. Yeah. So this is like a whole separate category.
Yes.
So this, compared to the last ones all these we had, is vastly different.
Yes.
But it's very good. Once again, very good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is for this category. I'm glad we did this.
Yeah.
We hit this right on. I think they hit it out of the park.
Yep.
So very glad we had a chance to do these.
For sure. So yeah, we've got we'll have some more barrel-aged episodes coming up.
Okay.
Now,
are you going to tease at me, or are you going to?
Well, I'll let people know. We also, before that,
Okay.
We will have some episodes where my wife and I are in Hawaii.
Oh, you're on location.
On location at some breweries there. We went to watch our daughter play in a tournament for basketball, for college, and we're going to hit some breweries there. So we got some of those.
Okay.
But we're going to, I'm not going to do them all like in a line like I have before.
Okay.
We'll do one here, and then we're going to get back into some barrel aging stuff.
Oh.
And we've got Goose Island.
Yep.
2 years worth. I've still got the 2022 and 2023 series, and then 2024 just came out.
Yep.
This last weekend on Black Friday, and if I remember right, Jim, you've got those.
I've got those, but you don't.
But
you don't have those, do you?
No, I don't, because you were mean because I was in Hawaii, and I'm really upset. But at least we'll have them on the podcast.
You're going to be burnt. You're going to be sunburned.
Yeah. We've got those. We've got what else? We got Distal.
Yep.
I've got a couple of years worth of their Das Vidania in 1 year where I got every single option that they had. So we're going to have to do that. What else do we got? We've got
Surly.
I've got a number of Surly.
And we got a bunch of Central Waters.
We've also got some other ones coming up.
Yep.
We'll leave it at that. And so wintertime is barrel time.
Yep.
So warm their heart.
Yes. Well, I'm glad you invited me, and I'm glad you brought over the Untitled Arts.
Oh, yes.
So that was a good. So you did bring out some class
pushing the A level.
So that was very good. I'm glad you got out of your comfort zone and brought some good stuff over once.
Yeah, I know. It's just one of those things I got to make sure that I got every once in a while. Keep Jim guessing.
I see who you are.
I would still love to find another advent calendar of beers, but I don't know if we're going to find any again. But
I did find, when I was searching, an advent calendar of whiskeys.
I saw that. Actually, probably a different one, but I saw one on Facebook where Jack Daniels has one.
Oh.
And I was like, that would be something that Jim would get because he likes Jack Daniels.
Right.
Me and Jack aren't the best of friends. Some of their stuff is good. I'm not going to deny that. But
I thought you were good with...
so they're normal stuff. I'm not. Him and I aren't very good friends, but anyway.
All right. Well,
awesome.
Yes, we had a good episode.
Yes.
I hope everybody else liked it. And if they have any input for us about the laws that we were talking about, that would be good. So educate us,
too, so we can be up on that stuff. And like I said, we'll have some more barrel aged stuff. We'll have some stuff from Hawaii and other stuff coming up.
There you go.
Awesome. Well, hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for listening. Jim, thanks for being a part of this, because I know you don't like these high octane beers.
There you go, buddy.
I could tell every time you drank it, you were like, "Eeh." So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, like we always say, we hope your campfire is always warm
and your beers are always cold.
See ya.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Northwoods Beer Guy podcast. If you have a question, a comment, or a beer you'd like us to review, please feel free to send us a message at northwoodsbeerguy@gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you're on Untappd, look up Northwoods Beer Guy and send a friend request. Until next week, I hope all your campfires are warm and all your beer is cold.